Dear customer, we are updating our privacy policy. If you agree to our terms, please continue watching.
Oh.
Inspired by VineSource's recent Japanese indie game streams, and also by the desire to get all these games off my hard drive, it's time to dive into the 8.5GB Japanese indie games archive once again. We've got more fighter maker games than you can shake a stick at. Oh wow, this is a good one to start off with, Kabashima's Diary. I've had a hard time tracking down the game's developer, design philosophy, anything. It didn't come with a manual, web page link, or documentation. Sometimes I wonder if the game even existed, or if I'm on a divergent timeline, and John Titor's gonna show up in her time machine. Or maybe Kabashima's Diary is a figment of my imagination. No way. There's no way I could make up some of these characters. These characters only exist in nightmares. Oh yes. Somebody woke up fabulous this morning, I must say. It's what happens when you have too much grape flavour bubblegum. Everybody looks like they're modelling for a fashion magazine. It's like, oh, get my good side, darling. Ew, it's all my good side. Every side is my good side. Woohoo! Minami Momochi. Holy shit, it's me! Who put me in this game? I mean, it's missing the facial hair, but I mean... They got my arthritis down. There's something about flat-chested girls, you know, here's a bit of wisdom for you. When you hug a flat-chested girl, you're closer to her heart. I feel it's my duty to let the world know Kabashima's Diary exists. It feels like a living, breathing slice of madness. The game has two modes, story mode, single player, and the multiplayer versus mode. There are 7 main characters and 16 bonus characters to pick from. The main characters have story content with cutscenes, dialogues, and character renders. Bonus characters do not. They only get a block of text, explaining how their lives were changed somehow. One excellent addition is the command list on pause, something I didn't expect out of fighter maker games. Do be aware that the moves on either half of the screen relate to player 1 or 2, so don't do what I did and try to input the wrong moves. Special characters appear to have no special moves. This version, 1.4, was released on the 24th of October 2010. I don't have any other versions, can't find them on the internet either. I managed to find the homepage. The Wayback Machine provided a bare skeleton, no images, and all links lead to archived 404 errors, meaning they never went anywhere to begin with. I was hoping to strike gold, but I got nothing. You can therefore extrapolate upon this biased information and conclude that Kabashima's Diary would be all but forgotten, nay, unknown, if it wasn't for me. That deserves a Patreon pledge, right? Right? Next up, a break from the fighter maker games. Here's a weird game named St. Paulia, after the plant you may know better as the African violet. It was developed by Ikachi Software, with music from ftkmusic.com. St. Paulia would be best described as a mecha combat game, if mechas meant models that looked like they were hawked straight from Amiga Boost, and combat meant holding down spacebar to shoot an endless stream of bullets. The game has this lovely PS1 visual style, probably helped by the 320x40 screen resolution. I'm surprised my monitor was even capable of displaying it. The game has this antiquated charm, and because it's so short, I really can't find anything mean to say about it. It's certainly an experience I wasn't expecting, especially all the trippy backgrounds and out-of-place music. This is quite frankly a silly thing. So utterly silly. St. Paulia, bringing them life lessons, yo. Smash that mofo-in like button and don't forget to subscribe.
more Fighter Maker, because that seems to be what 90% of this indie games pack consists of. The concept of shadow arts is described by its creator as easy, just a woman. Okay, this is probably Google Translate butchering it, but I think they're saying that the game consists of female characters only, not that it's so easy even a woman can play it. The Japanese aren't that regressive. There's two versions, Original Shadow Arts and Shadow Arts Plus. The major differences between the two are a refined HUD, an extra character, more modes, and some spin and polish. The fighting appears to take place between virtual versions of the characters containing their own idealized appearance. There isn't much else to say, couldn't get past more than 2 fights. Have a go yourselves and see how you fare. Escape line is pretty self-explanatory. You play as this puke yellow ball and have to avoid the red lines emitted by these Dragon Quest slime knockoffs. It starts out easy but gets progressively harder when more threats appear. Getting touched by the line doesn't mean game over, it just stops you from accruing points for a while. Hitting an enemy will initiate a game over. Stage 1 has few obstacles, Stage 2 has more obstacles, and Stage 3 has invisible obstacles. The score climbs faster in Stage 2 than Stage 1, and the same goes for Stage 3. I dislike this because with relatively little effort you can smash your high scores on earlier levels, and there is one ranking table across all 3 stages. Escape line is pretty bland. I can't give it much of a positive spin, really it just sort of exists. Last one today is Barume, which means Balloon Mage. I just like how it says that on the title screen, just so literally. Means Balloon Mage. I like that. It's a scrolling flight game not too different to the Hello Kitty game a few weeks back, but you get points for knocking into things. I managed to get to a boss battle but got knocked off screen. Getting knocked off screen in level 1 takes you to level 2, and getting knocked off screen in level 2 results in a game over. The only controls are to move around and fly higher. The game saves a replay along with your high score, which you can watch back if you desire. Barume also has a music player that can play the 8 tracks featured in the game. Yeah, sure, this is nothing special, but I love the little tagline. That's not the whole reason for including it, it's just means Balloon Mage. I just find that funny for some dumb reason. 5 more indie games. As with the last indie games episode, I'm going to search high and low for download links to all of these on various current free game websites. I hope something here has piqued your interest, and if it has, please do try it out. This has been Sushi Bites. Thanks for watching.